皆さんこんにちは、KemushiChanのロレッタです。I just got off a call with the College of William and Mary. J House is kind of like the dorm for students who learn Japanese. While I was going down memory lane, I happened to notice a very cringy file in this old boy. I saw about 5 seconds of it, cringed thoroughly, and realized this is probably something we should all watch together. This is a presentation I did at Keio University talking about digital communications and kids in Japan. I really want to share this with you guys. Here we go. Okay, me in Japanese, then and now, and where 10 years can take you. Okay, じゃあ私が研究したのは、若者でそう言っても誰でしょうか。電車で携帯を使ったり、マクで見たり、そういう人だけじゃなくて、みんなの15歳から25歳頃の人たちを研究しました。はい、次。Oh my god, quick pause. Right off the bat, the first thing I can tell is that I clearly had researched which words to use, like wakamono, digital communication. All the words are very choppy. Minna, no. There's a lot of like choppiness and break in between, and that's just clearly because I didn't practice. You can tell I did not practice saying this out loud before I did the presentation. So while I knew which words I wanted to say, every time I would say the word I would like stop, catch my breath, and be like, was that okay? Was that okay? This could have been so much smoother if I had just practiced beforehand. And in addition to that, my pronunciation, それだけじゃなくてみんなの, like putting emphasis in places that don't exist in Japanese. それだけじゃなくてみんなの Japanese should be more even than that. それだけじゃなくてみんなの well, right now there's a lot of pressure from society. English? Saying that youth are the problems of, or the source of a lot of problems. 例えば、なんか社会的に若者が問題と言われる。例えばなんかHold on, this is a mess. Okay, so clearly I think this was supposed to be mixed media, English and Japanese. I was using English when I was nervous and when I didn't know what to say. And I remember asking my classmates, I was like, do you think I sounded bilingual? Like, was my code switching because I was bilingual? And they're like, no, I think your code switching is when you didn't know what you were saying. Those words like dinged me right in the heart, but it's so true. It's okay if you code switch one word, but to code switch mid-sentence, it's not a good way to perform, and it's actually more confusing because people don't know what you're saying. だからなんか社会的に若者が問題と言われる。First of all, what I'm saying is already a sweeping conclusion. I'm sure there are social problems among the youth in Japanese, but that doesn't mean I knew anything about them. And I remember my research, there wasn't necessarily field research where people were saying anything about the youth. This was just me talking because I wanted to say this point. Bad research, bad me. This is not ethnographic research. Okay, next. 例えばなんかSo kind of like how again, the things I'm saying, the actual conclusions I'm making aren't even based off of research. It's more just like things I wanted to say and force onto my research, which is a problem in and of itself. You can just tell I'm nervous, and the easiest way to prepare for that is to actually practice saying the thing beforehand. I should have practiced doing the entire presentation, recorded myself, listened back to it, and done that at least about 2 or 3 times. It's like awkward and it's cringy and it feels kind of goofy and silly to speak in Japanese when it's not your native language. I was nervous about, are the things I'm saying correct? Is the Japanese correct? The easiest way to fix that would have been to have it corrected. If this is an actual, professional speech that I'm giving, then the Japanese should be edited, then I should rehearse saying it, then I should listen to myself saying it, and then present it. This should not have been the first time that I was saying these words. And you can tell I'm trying to be goofy and giggle to make it cutesy, but at the end of the day I'm like, girl, you should have practiced. Alright, let's keep going. That a lot of people aren't eating together. これが家庭の変化。みんなが一緒に食べていない。みんなが一緒に食べていない。There's a lot of weird inflection where in American English we punch a lot of the words that we're emphasizing. The family is not eating together, but in Japanese you don't need to say like 家族はみんなで食べていない. It's almost offsetting to be so emphatic in Japanese. Next. 晩ご飯は大事なんですけれども、なんで若者がみんなと一緒に食べていないっていう ちでなんかいろいろな影響を与えている。そしてなんか影響を与えている。What was it? 寄付とか引きこもりとかいろいろなんか一緒に食べたくないという気持ちでなんか。This cram school and these busy schedules are creating this effect that kids don't want to eat together. Let's put hikikomori off to the side because that's a social issue that I don't feel like I'm qualified to speak about. 塾とか引きこもりとか一緒に食べたくないっていう気持ちで影響を与えている。This is not a sentence in Japanese. The subject and the verb of who's doing it, the subject and the predicate actually don't match. When you're talking about influencing something else, 何々が影響を与えている. But specifically in this case, a word like gain, the source, the reason, 理由, that could have been a less clumsy way to say it. Or just even simply から、スケジュールがいっぱいになってるから一緒に食べる時間があんまりないようです or something like that. You don't need to use fancy words if it's just going to be wrong. Next. いろいろな影響を与えている。そしてなんか気持ちがしたんだけど、モラルが低下からこういうなんか It's becoming the moral の低下 because of they don't have time to eat together. So みんなと一緒に食べたくなければモラルの低下になるというなんか that this is something that I've heard. Oh my god. So clearly I'm talking about cause and effect. The moral の低下 because of they don't have time to eat together. So みんなと一緒に食べたくなければモラルの低下になるというなんかモラルの低下？一緒に食べたくなければモラルの低下になる is something that I've heard. モラルの低下. What is this phrase that I clearly just wanted to say? It would have just been easier if I had just used kara. So this clip is over. Wow, that was pretty bad. So the main issues that I saw was pronunciation, punchy American accent, forcing things in sideways that don't happen in Japanese. It would be so much more easier to listen to if my sentences were fluid and connected. Listening to this, I can clearly tell I had never said any of these sentences in one go. It could have been probably because I was in Japan at the time and I was just having fun and I was just like exploring and like, wow, Japan is so cool. I didn't want to go home and practice and like, you know, that's boring. But because I didn't, this is the result. I had looked up certain words I wanted to use. I even put little furigana on top. And I had little like set phrases like moraru no teika. I don't even know where that came from. But I clearly had these phrases that I wanted to use in Japanese, but I didn't have any glue to put them together. That's obviously an issue of grammar. But in terms of how to actually get that grammar out on the spot, you have to get that on your tongue. You have to get the actual muscle memory in your tongue of these certain grammars. I have the verbs and I have the nouns, but I don't have any glue to put them together in a way that makes sense. That's because I hadn't actually done any muscle training with my tongue. 食べたくないという気持ちでなんかいろいろな影響を与えている。A から B っていうケースが多く見られる。For me, I know, especially at this time, I had very few chances to actually use Japanese. So this was like the first time I ever had a chance to really use 影響を与える. I really wanted to use this phrase, and I really wanted to throw it in there. But because I wasn't used to it, I couldn't use it well. And in the end, I couldn't even, the subject and the predicate just kind of like fell apart mid-sentence, and it's hard to tell who's doing what or why. The words are there, so like in a way you can probably get to what weird swooping conclusions I was trying to make about hikikomori and moraru no teika. Wow, this is terrible. So that's that clip. While I was in here, I actually found Japanese renshu. これだ. I had to take a certification called the OPI. Basically, they call you on the phone at a random time and they just talk, and the phone hangs up, and they, like a month later, they give you a certificate and tell you how good you were. So at that point in 2010, that's when I really started getting into audio diaries. Let's see what this is. Hopefully this isn't too personal. This is my diary, guys. Here we go.
今日1月17日、今週は真面目に、必死に、勉強するつもりなので、今日からは、今日も、ゆっくり、新しく勉 勉強した、言葉を使って、勉強したいと思っています。
This is good. This is me actually trying to practice phrases before an event. This is what I should have been doing.